This is the Raynolds Bridge. This is 87. This goes north-south, goes down to Idaho to the Henry's Fork, and it goes up here to 87 or 287 where it intersects, and then 287 will follow the Madison all the way to Ennis. This is one of the most popular stretches on the entire river. Over here we've got Raynolds Pass, put in where you can park cars. There's an outhouse here. The entire north side of here, for all the way to $3 Bridge and all the way up to the slide in, is public land. Tons of access, tons of water. As you can see looking downstream, there's just a slew of boulders, and so just an untold amount of water to fish here. You couldn't use it all up in a season. So from this point, if you're going north-south to Idaho, this is the road you'd come across. It's the only road that crosses the Madison from here to Ennis that's a major thoroughway. And it's all public land on the north side. The south side is almost all private land. Even though there's access in the middle here still, it's still private. So, use good judgment there. Everything on this side though, all the way almost to Big Bend, is going to be public land. This is the $3 Bridge. This project was made possible by a multitude of people contributing money that was enabled us the state to buy this. It was always private land. What they did was they got matching funds. This whole project was spearheaded by a handful of people. In particular, Craig and Jackie Matthews spearheaded this project. This was private property, and it was going to go on the lot for sale. And through these private contributions that the Matthews and Orvis Company and several other major contributors got together, and donations came in from every state in the union for this project. And through matching funds with the state, they were able to buy this 100-acre parcel and put this into public land forever. So it's a pretty unique situation here. And so this whole side, again, is public land. We'll go down and look off the bridge here in a minute, and you'll see there's just, from Raynolds Bridge to here, again, it's all public, down almost to the corner there to Big Bend, and there's access all the way around it. There's so much water here you couldn't use it up in a summer. I mean, you could fish a different spot everywhere. But this is one of the most famous sections of river because of the acquisition of the property and the bridge and all of that. And it's really, really great water. It's just really prolific, lots of fish, tons of different types of water, little flats, tons of boulders, lots of riffles. This is probably, one of the most popular sections on the entire river. And even though it gets a lot of use, there's lots of water, so there's lots of place for you to fish. This is the old safe where you put your money. It's a $3 contribution now. You get your envelope, stick your dollar in. It's not a mandatory thing. It's just something that helps keep the grounds up, the outhouses and stuff like that. Kind of neat. That's the old one that they used to put the money in when the guy would sit here and take your money from you. Tune tracks. This used to be an old timber frame bridge. They made it a little more sturdy now. I know for a lot of people, myself included, when you look at the Madison, this stretch is what I think of as the Madison River. You can see it's really fast pocket water. The only thing you have to change here is to make sure that you're right into the seams, enough weight to get to bottom. You can see there's just a multitude of fish possibilities out there. Every single rock's got a fish behind it, virtually. I mean, you look down here, it's just, as far as you can see, there's fish cover. And if you look close on the edges, you see a lot of slicks. So that's telling you that you're going to have pretty good dry fly fishing in here when the caddis are on and the dry flies come back. So it's got everything you need. Like I said, for a lot of people, This is the Madison River right here. This is the $3 bridge, and this is the stuff right here. From $3 bridge down to here is still all the walkway section. From $3 down, about 2 miles below $3, the river comes real close to the road, to 287. There's access there, and if you cross this bridge and go back upstream, which is south here, the river's taken at Big Bend, it's taken a big right turn, and it's now heading north. So the entire west side, if you drive this road, goes for another 3 miles upstream, and there's federal access up there, federal camping spots, some federal outhouses, and likewise here, this site, you can get in here, there's an outhouse here, but for most of the way down, from here down to Ennis, you're going to have just little pockets of public land. There aren't a lot of public accesses from here down. That's what's so unique about up above here. There's so much public water. From here down, though, you really need to know the lay of the land if you're going to walk in. There are several walk-in areas around the bridges at the Palisades, Ruby Creek, McAtee, Story Ditch. There's several places where you can walk in, but for the most part, from here down, you're going to access the water from a boat. Most of this water for the first mile above here is private on both sides of the river. And then you get up there just a little ways, and you'll find there's a road that goes right beside the river, and you can get access all along it. This is where the West Fork Road splits. Off here to the right goes to the West Fork, and here to the left we're going to go back down to the West Fork cabins and the federal road that goes up the west side of the Madison. We're just above Lyons Bridge, but it's only a half mile. You go up Lyons Bridge, over Lyons Bridge, and back to the south, the road forks. If you went to the right fork or to the west side, that would take you up the West Fork, and that's where we're crossing right here. This is the West Fork of the Madison. It goes for 10 or 15 miles back upstream here. It's a great little fishery. Feeds into the Madison proper. Now as we go along here, you can see we're coming to a private campground, but this is a federally leased campground. It's a private campground, but it's federal land, so you can continue right through here. This is the old bridge, the Lyons Bridge. There's some, little hole there, some discussion whether that's going to open back up or not. And then you just go along the river here. We're actually on the west side of the river right now. This has just got a handful of little pull-offs up here. There's picnic areas, bathrooms, and this continues for another mile and a half. Goes up and it ends at private property. On the left side here, we're on the west side of the river. On the east side, that's the Grizzly Bar up on the hill. Pretty famous dining establishment in the valley. Virtually anybody that's ever eaten in this valley has eaten at the Grizzly Bar at one time or another. And this is all federal land right here on the west side, so you can access all this. As we come around this corner, we're coming into the first of the federal camping areas. These are fee areas, rustic areas. They have bathrooms, but they don't have electricity. It's pretty wild here on the west side. Make sure you take care of your food. There's plenty of critters around here to get into your coolers if you leave them unattended. Grizzly bears included. We've got a couple federal sites here on the right. Right here on the left is the river. If you look up on the first bench there, that's 287. That's the highway that parallels the river all the way to Ennis. And we're just on the back side here, on the west side of the road. And this is also a pretty good way to, you can get away from a little of the pressure of some of the more popular areas by coming down here and fishing this. It's really easy accessed right here, but just not as many people want to come down this back side of the river. You've got to go back and come over Lyons Bridge and come back down the road. And it's pretty rare to see more than 3 or 4 cars over here. Here's a couple sports getting ready to go. We've been shooting this in mid-October and it's been pretty nice, 70 degrees and sunny, but the winds of change are coming in. We're going to have to finish this off in the rain, I would guess. This is the end of the day use loop right here. This is the Eagle's Nest day use area. There's no camping here. There is camping back downstream. You've got about a mile and a half of the western side of the river that you can access. And like I said, there's very seldom anybody here. I mean, relative, there's 2 or 3 cars maybe, but that's about it. And there's a lot, again, this is a little broader. The water's a little more open down here. Lots of area you could spread out. I mean, you couldn't use this up in a week. You can just fish as far as you want to go. This is the Valley Gardens, or below Jeffers. This stretch is, again, from Ennis Bridge, or just below Ennis there. From there down to the lake is all walkway, just like up above was. And it's all braided. It goes for a mile or so and it's pretty stable, and then it breaks into a bunch of braids. And it'll braid out. There's just channels all over the place. You can see there's a little one here, there's another one on the other side. There's 3 or 4 of them. And it's something's moving in here. We've had pretty good weather and it's been really nice, 60, 70 degrees until about an hour ago. It's starting to move in pretty strong. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through here and fish streamer, try to catch a big fish. This is a great spot to come. It's easy wading. It's a great spot to get away from a little bit of the pressure because there's so much braided water here. It's about 3 miles of water, I'd say. I have not explored all of it by any stretch of imagination. There's a lot of it, but again, from the bridge from 287 to the lake, there is no more fishing from the boat. Well, down here at the lower end, as you can see, we've lost our boulders and it's more cobblestone down here. Spreads out pretty wide. I mean, it goes half mile over there of braids. Really nice little cut banks here. I'm hoping to bring a brown trout out from under one of these banks. And there's lots of them. Every single island that's got a, run going against it's got a nice little cut bank. Down here it's a lot easier wading than it is up above. It's still cobblestone, it's still the rocks are still pretty slippery, but you're not nearly as heavy a water, so obviously you can get around a lot better. Down here you'll see a lot of people fishing terrestrials for obvious reasons. You've got all these grass fields and hay fields down here, so you've got a lot of terrestrial activity, got grasshoppers and beetles and ants and everything. And it's a little easier. You'll see it's good nymph fishing down here. It can be good streamer fishing. It's a little close. Sometimes it's a little too close because you're You know, the water's so shallow when you're walking. I really enjoy this water. But for the most part, this is good, easy. Somebody's bringing someone that's not a real good wader or a newbie, kids, somebody that's not real, that aren't good waders, because in the upper water you definitely need to be on your game with your wading. Wading staffs aren't a bad idea. You know, caution's the best idea in the upper water, in the upper wade water, just because it can be very pushy. Down here, on the other hand, as you can see, it's nice and broad, nice and wide, windy, but that's kind of the tail of tape for most of Montana anyway. I'm afraid I've got a pressure system on me. I haven't had a roll one, and I should have had several by now. I'd have to switch banks here, Gene. Fishing a 9'6" down here, but I wouldn't normally fish that rod. I always fish a 9'6" when I fish streamers. And so, but normally down here I fish, unless I'm fishing a big hopper, I fish a 4-weight for the most part. So I can get away with it down here. I don't need when I'm nymphing, I don't need as much weight in this water as I would up above. So I generally use a 4-weight, 8.5 or 9'4" usually. Oh yeah, yeah! What a slam he was! Just a little guy, and he just railed it. Nice little brownie. He thought he was a little bigger than he was. Fly's half as big as his head. Well, we fished down there quite a ways for one fish. Front's coming in. I don't know, I was kind of worried about this with the pressures changing, but we got one little fish and he hit like a 10-pounder. That was great. You get to see the Valley Gardens. This is a really fun spot to fish. I fished it with streamers because of this cloud cover coming in. We thought maybe we'd get one big one, but you can fish it with anything. This is great dry fly water, wet flies, nymphing, anything you want to do. This is great water. So this is the last section of the wade water. You start up above. You've got 7 miles up above from the Quake Lake down to Lyons Bridge, and then this is a second wade section, which is from the bridge at 287 down to Ennis Lake. This is a really neat spot because there's just so much water.